Chapter 2, Latitudes and Longitudes. Introduction. Globe. A globe is a miniature model of the Earth. Its shape is like an orange. It is spherical but it's slightly flattened at the top and the bottom. If we look at a globe, we can see a number of countries and important places marked on it. But if you are asked to find a specific place, say Delhi, how will you do it? It's a bit difficult to locate such a place on globe. Moreover, if the place is not very important, it may be not marked on the globe at all. So how will you locate it? Let me answer. Would you be able to find your city on the globe? Using an atlas. Open your atlas and flip through its pages. At the end of it, you will find a section called Index. It contains the name of places marked on the different pages of the atlas in an alphabetical order with particular number written alongside. These numbers tell you the location of a certain place and have north N, south S or east E, W, west written alongside with them. Locating places. If you look at the globe keenly, you find a number of lines on it. These are imaginary lines of two types, latitudes and longitudes. It became easier to locate a place by drawing such imaginary lines on globe. The point on the earth where they merge is called the North Pole, while on the south it is called the South Pole. Latitudes. An equator is an imaginary line drawn halfway between the North Pole and the South Pole. It divides the world into two halves, equal part or hemispheres, called the Northern Hemisphere and Southern Hemisphere. The hemisphere between the equator and the North Pole is called the Northern Hemisphere, and the hemisphere between the equator and the South Pole is called the Southern Hemisphere. The imaginary lines drawn parallel to the equator are called parallels of latitudes. These lines are given numbers starting with the equator, which is at 0 degree. The number of all the other lines are followed by N or S, which tells whether the line is in the northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere. There are 90 latitudes drawn to the north of the equator and 90 latitudes to the south of the equator. Thus, including the equator 0 degree, there are a total of 181 lines of latitude. Apart from the equator, there are other four important latitudes. 1. Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degree north. 2. Tropic of Capricorn, 23.5 degree south. 3. Arctic Circle, 6.5 degree north. 4. Antarctic Circle, 66.5 degree south. Fact finder: Roald Amundsen was the first person to reach the South Pole in Antarctica. Some important features of latitudes. 1. Latitudes are parallel to each other and are known as parallels of latitudes. 2. The equator is the largest latitude. As you move from the equator to the north or south, you will find the lines decreasing in size and finally becoming a dot at the poles. 3. There are 181 latitudes in total. 4. The equator is the most important latitude and is also called the Great Circle. Research and analysis. Imagine you are traveling to the Antarctic Circle. Find out the few things you would need to live there. A. Research about the climate of the place and what you would need to survive in that climate. B. Find out the time difference between your country and the Antarctic Circle. C. How would you communicate with your family and friends? Longitudes. Other than the latitudes, there are another set of vertical lines running from north to south on the globe. These lines are called meridians of longitude. The term meridian means midday. Thus, a meridian of longitude joins places that have the same midday time. The longitudes are also numbered just as the latitudes. There are 360 lines of longitudes. The longitudes passing through the observatory of Greenwich near London is the prime or main meridian. It is numbered 0 degree. All other longitudes are numbered starting from the prime meridian. Their numbers are followed by E or W, indicating east or west. The prime meridian divides the earth into two hemispheres like the equator. The area between 0 degree and 180 degree east is called the eastern hemisphere, and the one between 0 degree and 180 degree west is known as the western hemisphere. Note that 180 degree east and 180 degree west is the same meridian or longitude and is called the international dateline. Health and wellness. Glaciers of the world are melting at an alarming rate. largely due to global warming. Increased global warming can also pose a threat to our health and wellness as it gives rise to many respiratory diseases. Some important characteristics of longitudes. 1. The longitudes are not parallel to each other. They meet at the two poles of the globe. 2. The longitudes have the farthest gaps between them. These gaps decrease gradually towards the pole where they converge. Grid and time. The latitudes and longitudes together form a network of lines called a grid. The point at which a longitude and latitude intersect each other help us locate a place. Longitudes are quite helpful in calculating the time of a place. We know that the Earth completes one rotation in about 24 hours or 1440 minutes. That is, it takes 4 minutes 11440 upon 360 to rotate 1 degree. It means that the time difference between two consecutive longitudes is 4 minutes. The 180-degree meridian is also known as the international dateline. The moment we cross to the east, if we gain or add a day. Similarly, if we cross to the west of it, we lose or subtract a day. The international dateline is not a straight line. It has been drawn in an irregular manner to avoid cutting through a land area and causing confusion regarding late. Do you know? The term meridian is derived from the Latin word meridianus, which has two parts, meri meaning middle and diem meaning day. Indian Heritage Connect. The sun was one of the most popular deities, however, along the Indo-European peoples and was a symbol of divine power to them. Surya is glorified in the Vedas of ancient India as an all-seeing god who observes both good and evil actions. Summary. Latitudes are the imaginary lines on the globe running from east to west. The most important latitude is the equator, which divides the earth into northern and southern hemispheres. Latitudes are parallel to each other and decreases in sizes as you go northwards or southwards. Longitudes run from north to south and meet at the poles. The most important longitude is the prime meridian. It passes through Greenwich and divides the world into eastern and western hemispheres. Longitudes are not parallel. The gap between the longitude is the greatest at the equator and decreases gradually towards the pole. Longitudes are helpful in determining the time of a place. The network of longitudes and latitudes together help us to locate places. Art integration. Make a globe of a big spherical ball. Show the equator and other 4 lines of latitude by drawing lines in different colors. Exercises. Creative expression. Tell your story. Amit has read the chapter on latitudes and longitudes. He helped his friend to complete the exercise of the chapter. They come across the exercise. Help Amit and his friend to complete the series. 1. Tropic of Cancer, 23 degree 27 north. Tropic of Capricorn. 2. Equator, prime meridian, longitude. 3. Longitude parallels latitude. 4. North Pole, 90 north, 90 south. Cross-curricular connect, critical thinking. Let's play a game. Read the clues carefully and unscramble the letters to find the correct word. 1. Clue, it means midday. 2. Clue, these are parallel imaginary lines running from east to west on the Earth's surface. 3. Clue, it is a network of latitudes and longitude used to locate a place. 4. Clue, it is also known as the Great Circle. Logical decision making. A place that is closer to the poles is always colder than a place that is closer to the equator. Which of these places will be colder? Give reason. Hammerfest, 70 degree north, 23 degree east, or Vostok Station, 78 degrees south, 106 degree east. Let's practice. A. Write short answers to the given questions. 1. Which divides the world into northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere? 2. What is the prime meridian? 3. How many longitudes are there? B. Write long answers for the given questions. 1. What do you mean by grid? What is its significance? 2. State the importance of the international date line. 3. Differentiate between latitudes and longitudes. C. Fill in the blanks. 1. Dash are imaginary lines running from north to south. 2. The prime meridian passes through dash near London. 3. The shape of the earth is like in dash. 4. The hemisphere between the dash and the North Pole is called the northern hemisphere. 5. The dash is at 66 degree north. D. Multiple choice questions. 1. The two end points of the earth axis are called 1. Dots, 2 lines, 3 poles, 4 caps. 2. The prime meridian passes through a place called 1, 7, 2, 5, 3, 2, 4, 8. 3. To locate a place on the globe, we must know its 1. Latitude, 2. Longitude, 3. Latitude and longitude, 4. Time zone. E. Match the following. Column A. 1. Latitudes, 2. Meridians, 3. Antarctic Circle, 4. Tropic of Cancer, 5. Globe. Column B. A. Asia, B. Africa, C. Highest population, D. North America, E. Imaginary lines from west to east. F. Take the correct options. 1. The measures of the equator is dash. 166.5 degrees south, 2. 66 degree and a half degree north, 3. 63.5 degrees south, 4. 0 degree. 2. How many longitudes are there? 1. 181, 2. 360, 3. 120, 4. 361. 3. Which of these helps to calculate time? 1. Latitude, 2. Longitude, 3. Equator from prime meridian. 4. How many latitudes are there? 1. 180, 2. 181, 3. 360, 4. 361. 5. At the end of an atlas we find dash. 1. Contents, 2. Index, 3. Appendix, 4. Maps. Conceptual understanding. Fill in the table with the names of the countries through which the parallel paths. Choose from the box you can look up at atlas for help. Equator, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, Arctic Circle. Writing skills. Seema was asked to write a paragraph on parallels in the test. Help Seema to complete the paragraph below. The dash are also numbered just as the latitudes. There are dash lines of longitudes. The longitudes passing the observatory at dash near London is a dash. It is numbered the dash. The dash refers to the area of the earth east of the prime meridian and west of the international dateline. Dash, part of the earth comprising North and South America and the surrounding waters.